But this is a great piece of machinery. And we're going to start out with creaming the butter and sugar. So we cut these into cubes to where they're easier mixed. Believe me, I tried it both ways. I did it the other way and it didn't mix up so well. Fortunately, I have Matt here to help. So we'll lock this into position. And we'll spread it out on slow. And fortunately, this will beat in our egg. We use 2 eggs with this. And adding the flour, I'm going to speed it up just a tad. And any helpful hints you can add in.
Just remember to turn your mixer down a little lower while you're adding in your flour and your sugar. If not, you'll get a nice little white facial. And sometimes it helps to add a little bit of the flour in and let it mix for a second, then add the rest of it in.
Nice little white smoke, just a little bit. Fortunately, it's the good kind. And add this in, we'll speed it up a little bit more. And it's, whoops, pretty thick mixture. Okay, and then we're going to add in a half a teaspoon of the baking soda. And then we have 20 pieces of bacon in this. We went ahead and fried it earlier. So I need to whip that around with a spoon.
Now this is a very thick cookie, so your mixer will be a little overworked if you add it all in there. So with the bacon and the raisins, you actually want to stop your mixer and hand fold those in, okay? Same thing with the cornflakes, because it does put out a very thick mixture.
If you want to check it, Mr. Expert, and see if it's mixed up good enough. And again, we'll get to the view with the thick mixture. Release the beater. But sugar in the morning helps you get it going. This out. And this is actually with the thick mixture and adding everything in, it gives you a good workout too with your arms. So we've got stirring. All right, thank you.
Good.
This way. Thank you. Okay, is it tilted?
So you can see the mixture there. See how nice and thick that is.
Good consistency. Folds in with the bacon. I'll work this through.
Now if you wanted to use sausage or something in there, if you're not fond of bacon, you can use a sausage. Just be sure you drain it and let it cool, and then crumble it up into small pieces.
And the cornflakes. Probably could use wheat flakes as well.
Or if you want a little extra sugar, throw the cornflakes in there.
Frosted flakes? Is that what you're Okay.
So are these going to be served cold or at room temperature?
You can serve them either way. If you're going to store them till in the morning, you want to refrigerate them for the bacon in them. I will tell you, when they were warm, they weren't my favorite cookie, but after we let them cool down, they were a little bit better. So it might be one of those things that, I mean, I'll just be honest with you. Once they cool down, they're a little better than warm. So.
And you did mention putting something like cinnamon or.
Yeah, if you wanted to add a touch of
spice.
cinnamon in, you could do that as well, just to give it a little bit more flavor. It's still a good cookie, but after we refrigerate it a little bit, I tend to like it a little bit better. It's not the same as a sugar cookie. You know, sugar cookies or chocolate chip cookies, you like them real nice and warm.
Ooh. I think I'm working up my heartbeat here. As you can see, it's got pretty color.
Yeah, it's a very thick cookie.
Or you could use cranberries, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could use dried cranberries in it if you don't particularly care for the raisins.
Yeah, might as well. Probably have to add more mixture because it looks like the cornflakes are taking up a lot of the dough.
If you were going to add your nuts or something in there, you might cut back on the amount of cornflakes that you have in. The cornflakes would actually make it very thick, so you might want to cut that down a little bit if you're going to put nuts in it.
I know. I need to work out my left arm now.
I let her pick which recipe she wanted this week.
No, what it was is he wanted the fluff. He wanted the banana fluff.
The banana fluff.
Okay, let's see. Let me mix the bottom up a little bit. My goodness, you might.
The fun thing about mixing is you can hear all the cornflakes crunching in it as you do it.
I think it's my bones. No. It is a good cookie though. Okay. I think I got a little bit on my
You
hand.
could use your hands with it.
True. Let me go ahead and sit this here.
See how nice and thick that is? Very thick, very thick. But you want to leave about 2 inches in between them as you space them out because they will drop down.
A good way to trick your children into eating breakfast. And as you can see, just almost a couple of inches apart. We'll go ahead and place them in the oven for about 15 to 18 minutes. I think I placed these in for about 16 minutes. Yeah, they look pretty
See how they
good.
drop down all nice and pretty? Good thing about those is you want to move them to a wire rack or someplace to cool. You could use the wax paper if that's what you had at the house there. You just don't want to leave them on the pan because they'll continue to cook as they sit there.